The Colorado Buffaloes were able to edge out the Arizona State Sun Devils by a score of 27-24. Okay. Once again, Shedeur Sanders displayed some fourth quarter heroics to aid his team in pulling this one off. Okay. And Alejandro Mata sealed the deal with a clutch kick. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this briefly. Okay, before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on some again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share, put all your people on it. Okay, but yeah, like I said, Colorado was able to edge out Arizona State by a score of 27-24. Okay, seems like historically, these have been two of the teams that have struggled in the Pac-12 in recent years. Okay, with this win, Colorado broke an 8-game Pac-12 losing streak, and with this loss, Arizona State continues its losing streak in the Pac-12. So now they're up to 7 straight Pac-12 losses, and as a whole, they are off to their worst start since 1942. Okay, so seems like you got one program doing this, and you got the other program doing that. Okay, but let's look at some of the key takeaways from it. Okay, Colorado's defense kept the score respectable, and instead of letting motherfuckers go out here and score 35, 40 points on them, you know, they held Arizona State to 24. Okay, and of course that allowed Shedeur to do what he did and Mata to do what he did. Okay, now ASU, Arizona State, did miss a key field goal attempt in the fourth quarter. Okay, and that would have made the score 24-20. Okay, and so I'm sure they would like to have that kick back. Okay, because they end up losing the game by 3 points. Okay, in contrast, Alejandro Mata made both his kicks. So you had both kickers go 3 for 3 on extra points, but one kicker went 2 for 2 on his field goals. The other kicker went 1 for 2. And there you have it. The kicking game matters. The kicking game matters. Okay. And of course, lastly, Shedeur was Shedeur, y'all. Okay. Yet again, not much of a running game at all. Okay. Maybe that's something that'll be rectified next year. When they get some guys on the offensive line. Okay. But once again, not much on the ground. 58 yards on the ground from Anthony Hankerson. But he had, averaged 5.8 per carry, on 10 carries. So maybe if he would have got it a little more. Okay. Dylan Elwes only had 16 yards on the ground. With 7 carries. So not getting much on the ground at all. So once again, you had to rely on Shedeur's right arm. Okay. And he ended up going 26 of 42 for 239 yards. So they kept him under 250. Okay. Normally you seeing him upwards of 300, but they were able to hold him under 250. Okay. He did get a touchdown through the air. He also had a touchdown on the ground. Okay. A nice little scamper for him. Showed off the wheels a little bit. No, he doesn't have his pop speed whatsoever. Okay. But he still got decent enough speed to get where he need to go from time to time. Now, he did have a play in this game where he scrambled, couldn't elude the tackler, and he chose to try to run over the motherfucker. Now, I don't know how smart that shit is. It does show that he's a feisty motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about. But as a quarterback, I don't know how smart that was. And we've seen if y'all motherfuckers were really following these guys like that for real when it comes to Prime and Shedeur and Shiloh when they were at Jack State University. We had a situation like that. I can't remember who it was against, but his ass was running and seemed like he was concussed. Okay, now I think they said bell rung, but we know that shit that ain't real. I think he was concussed, and I think like the next week we kind of saw he played the next week, but he wasn't the same. For real, for real. And his daddy got on his ass about sliding. Okay, so I'm sure Shedeur in the post game presser says his pops doesn't really talk to him much during the game, just let him do him. But that's a conversation he gonna have with him about not trying to run over no goddamn body, okay? Because he the team. I mean, they're functioning without Travis, okay, and Travis is all world. With him being out, it's like you're missing two players. But goddamn it, Travis ain't the quarterback, who the whole offense is built around. So him trying to run over motherfucker, while it may energize the team, I don't think that's a practice he wants to continue. Okay. But as I said, he did have a rushing touchdown. And as I alluded to, he did lead the drive to set up the game-winning field goal. Okay, Arizona State had a pretty impressive drive themselves to tie the game up. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, they went like 96 yards or something like that on their drive to tie the game up. And their quarterback had a pretty good day his damn self. Well, actually, it was 94 yards and 13 plays. Okay. And their quarterback threw for 335 yards and a touchdown on 32 or 49 passing. Okay. They left too much time on the clock. Now, you might be saying 50 seconds, that ain't too much time. This young man has shown in his career, and this is his junior year. He's not a freshman. Okay, I know motherfuckers act like this is his first year since he's just now playing in Power 5 football. But in his career from freshman, sophomore to now, this young man has shown himself to be clutch. Okay, and Arizona State, being a team that ain't that good, kind of showed why they're on this losing streak too, by letting that man, Mr. Antonio, just get behind them like that. Like, how do you let somebody get behind you in that situation? But Shedeur put that bitch on the money. Okay, perfect ball. If the young man didn't get tripped up, shit, he might have just had a game-winning walk-off touchdown. Basically, it still would have been time on the clock, but basically, they had a game-winning touchdown instead of having to rely on Mata to kick that thing, because Shedeur put that bitch right there for him. Okay. That was basically all she wrote. Okay, Mata came up and did what he do. You know what I'm saying? Like from 40, if you around 40 on in, so up in that. Okay, and I think this one was like a 40, 42, 43 yarder, something like that to seal the deal for Colorado. Okay, Mata gonna hit that shit. That what the young man gonna do. He been doing. Yeah, it was a 43-yard field goal. Mata gonna hit that. Okay. They used to call him automatic. Okay. Automatic Mata. He gonna hit that shit. Deion Sanders in his post-game presser seemed to be very disappointed with the win. I'm sure he probably thought that this is a team that they should have beat more handily. I don't know what was the point spread coming in. Okay. I think my brother Tim G. Jacob had told me it was something like 3, maybe 3.5, something like that, maybe. Okay, coming into it. Yeah, favored by 3. He said he thought they were favored by 3. I don't know. Y'all bettors out there, y'all might know better than me. All right, so it ain't like Vegas saw that much separation between the two programs right now. But again, one program seems to be doing this, the other one seems to be doing that. But I guess that's the reason why Prime was saying what he was saying. He's not, settling for what he saw from the ball club, because going forward, goddamn, Pac-12 is steadily showing itself to be tougher than in years past, at least amongst themselves. Okay, because I know shit still might hit different if they had to play against somebody out there goddamn SEC. Okay, we've seen that countless times where teams be looking great in their conference, and then they fuck with these boys from down south, and it'd be something different. But as of right now, okay, shit, that Pac-12 looking like a motherfucker, dog. Okay, SC still undefeated. Now they're coming off a scale. Okay, but that scale was against somebody within the Pac-12 who you would think they should have beat the draws off of them. You know what I'm talking about? And that was Arizona. Okay, that was Arizona. Shit, they had to go in the OT against goddamn Arizona. Okay, they beat Arizona 43-41. Okay, so maybe Arizona might be a tougher game than Colorado expected. Okay, of course, Colorado already faced Oregon, but then you got Washington coming down the schedule. Oregon State, you got Utah, UCLA. Okay, who's 4-1 right now? Washington State, like Pac-12 seems to be kind of deep this year. You feel me? Not kind of deep. Shit, they deep this year. Okay, so uh maybe that's why Prime was, saying what he was saying. You got the cellar dweller of the conference this year in Arizona State, and he wanted to kind of put something on them because he know what he got coming down the line. You feel me? Now, in terms of Shedeur, it seems like that based on what I'm seeing on social media, you got some division of opinion on him going after the game, putting on the watch, going in front of the motherfucking student section, and flashing the watch at him. Dana Cannell tweeted something out talking about if there was a Heisman for, winning against 1-4 teams or 1-5 teams, something like that. He said, it'll go to Shedeur, and they had the video of him flashing the wrist in front of the student section. I don't know. What the hell is up with Dana Cannell? What's the smoke? Okay. What's the smoke? What's the real smoke with Dana Cannell and Prime and them? Somebody got to chime in on that and let us know what's the real smoke with them. What's the background? Seems personal, I don't know. Seem personal. Maybe him and Prime got some low key beef. I think some folks said he got connection to Florida State as well. And okay, so that might be a part of it. I don't know. Okay, but I do wonder with Shedeur and his bravado and the way he's acting. You know what I'm talking about? I think that can rally your teammates, but I just worry what might happen to him with all these sacks he keeps taking. Like motherfuckers, it ain't like he being able to just stay clean every game. Ain't nobody getting no shots at him. You know what I'm talking about? So when you already got a target on your back like that, and your offensive line can't really keep you upright for real, I just worry about somebody getting hold to him and maybe giving him a cheap shot. Now on the flip side is football. Can't go out there and be fearful. You gotta go out there and overcome your fears. You feel me? It seems like the young king does that. Also, I saw some people online underneath the Danny Cannell thing talking about they were at the game and said that the student section was getting at him and throwing stuff and calling him overrated the whole game. So that may have played a role in him going to flash to watch at them. You know what I'm talking about? But I don't know what y'all think. It gives vibes of y'all remember how Baker Mayfield used to be like this? Okay. Baker Mayfield might have been worse than this. That motherfucker, he would crotch grabbing and shit. And you know what I'm talking about? I was about to say he had the flag, but Shedeur did that too when he was in the SWAC. But again, y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all wouldn't pay no attention. Okay. I don't know. It's giving them Baker Mayfield vibe. Baker Mayfield in college football, you won a Heisman. Okay. Things didn't work out as much when he made it to the league. Right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, seems like he's having a renaissance, so to speak. Okay, but in them early years, it was kind of rough on him. Now, again, the Baker Mayfield apologist, like a Skip Bayless, may say that's because of the coaching and all the disadvantageous situation that he was in. I don't know. But we have seen some quarterbacks, be like this. They say Phillip Rivers would talk hella shit and give it back to you. I guess they say he wouldn't cuss, and but they say he'll give it to you. I know growing up watching Brett Favre, motherfucking ass. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all don't know what's going on down here in Mississippi, then you don't get why I shake my head when I say Brett Favre. But Brett Favre used to give it back to motherfuckers for real. I remember him talking crazy to Warren Sapp all the time. You feel me? But Brett Favre also was on them goddamn painkillers and shit. So, Brett Favre was hurting hell. He just gonna pop them pills and be right back on it. So I don't know. What y'all think? Should Shedeur kind of tone it down a little bit, or he keep being himself? Shit, this might be what gets him going and maybe rallies his team. All right, let me know what you think. But up next for Colorado is Stanford, if I'm not mistaken. They got Stanford coming up next at home. Okay. And actually that's gonna be on Friday instead of Saturday. So yeah, Friday night game versus Stanford. Okay. So some of y'all gonna have to choose, I guess, between your Friday night lights and your locale and watching Colorado football. Okay. But chime in, let me know what you think about Colorado edging out Arizona State. All right, put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.